Hey guys, Cole Sager here. Recently I had the privilege of having the Professor Project come out and film some video content here. The Professor Project is basically a subscription-based program online where they cultivate video content to help improve all the aspects of your fitness, from moving better to pacing better and recovering better, you name it. And one of the things that we talked about when they were out here, it was in regards to mindset, and that was cultivating happiness. Now, I'm generally perceived as a pretty happy guy, but that doesn't mean that it comes natural or comes easy for me. It's something I've had to work on. Continue watching, see what I mean. Hey guys, Cole Sager here, and we are here for Storytime. And today, I'm talking about cultivating happiness. Let's jump into it. I think that I was asked to talk about cultivating happiness because I'm generally perceived to be a pretty happy guy. It's kind of unusual for you to meet me, see me out in public, and I not have a smile on my face. I smile a lot, and there's been memes made of me as just literally says, I like to smile. And I do, I genuinely like to smile, but it's something that I've practiced, because just because I seem like a really happy guy, that doesn't mean that it necessarily comes any easier for me or something that comes natural. It's actually something that I've had to work at and work at a lot. And when it boils down to it, I think that cultivating happiness starts with your perspective. There's a quote that I really like from Abraham Lincoln, and he says, I don't like that man. I should get to know him better. And I think that quote is really interesting. It takes me back to this story that I have. Back in 2015, the Northwest region was combining with Canada West to create a bigger West region. And it was really interesting because I had been doing CrossFit for 2.5 years now. And so I was still like this bright-eyed and bushy-tailed kid. Gosh, I think I was maybe 23, 24 years old. And like I had probably had more fanboy in me than I did CrossFit competitor in me at that point. And so whenever I'd show up to a competition and I'd see who I looked at as like titans and stuff, like I would kind of get a little googly-eyed, you know? That still kind of happens, but we won't get into that. But I always love it when I see Dan Bailey. Anyways, back in 2015, when the regions combined, one of the things that I heard a lot of from the Northwest competitors was some negative response around competing with the Canada West individuals and having the Canadians come down and be part of our region. And it was really odd for me to feel that negativity. One, because I don't really feel like that's the CrossFit community. At least when I got into CrossFit was all about building community and really enjoying each other and the aspects of the close-knit community that we are. And, you know, seeing games archive footage of Josh Bridges and Dan Bailey, Rich Froning and Graham Holmberg, Chris Spieler, all like engaging with each other, talking it up and laughing and hamming it up during the CrossFit games. Like, that's what I had in my mind. So to get into 2015 and have some people have a little bit more of a negative mindset towards combining region was a little bit of a surprise. And where I wrap this back into happiness is those individuals were focusing on the negative aspects of it. And it was really interesting because I didn't really know what to make of it. And I was starting to get a little bit nervous about what it was going to be like to compete with the Canadians. But one thing that I know for sure and for certain is if we bring our best to a situation, not prejudge it, not predetermine it, not look at the negative, but we bring our best to the situation, good is going to come from that. And then there's hope in that. And it was so interesting because the negative things that I had heard about maybe some of the Canadian competitors, I never personally experienced. And 2015 was one of my favorite years at regionals because I got to experience the Canadians when they came down. Meeting Brent Fikowski and Joe Scally, like those honestly, this is really interesting. You know, now that we're on the professor project, the things that I had heard about Brent Fikowski were nothing of what I experienced myself. Well guys, I hope you're enjoying Storytime. If you want to catch the second part of this video, click the link in the description below and head over to the Professor Project's YouTube channel. I hope this has sparked something in you in the way that you view cultivating happiness. Knowing that you can't prejudge a situation and that you just got to bring your absolute best to everything that you do, and something good is going to come from that. In the next video, I talk about some of the actionable steps that you can take to start to implement and create long-term happiness. Go check it out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.